Good morning, students. So, in our previous class, we saw about our lesson 1 integers, its introduction, recapitulation little. Then, what do you mean by integers, its absolute values, and addition of integers by using number line. Now, today we are going to see how to add the integers without using number line. Okay, let us take some examples. First, when the integers are having same sign, either positive or negative, both are having same sign. Now, if you take positive integers, 3 plus 5, both are having positive. So that time what we have to do? We have to add the absolute value of the integers and put the common sign. Now in this example, the absolute value of 3 is 3 only. 5 is 5 only. Then if you add, you will get 8. And put the common sign. Common sign is plus, both are positive means plus, so it will become 8 only. Now, if the integers are having negative sign, both are negative, that time how to add? So, if we take same example, minus 3 plus minus 5. So, both are having here negative sign. So, how will you add this? So for this, what same method we have to follow? What we have to do? We have to add the absolute value of the integers and put the common sign. Common sign means here both are having negative sign. So that common sign we can put. So the absolute value of 3 minus 3 is what? 3. Absolute value of minus 5? 5. And what is the common sign? Both are having negative sign. So minus, and if you add these three, you get minus 8. So this is the answer. So we have to add. This is the first rule. When the integers are having same sign, either both are positive or both are negative, we have to add the integers in this type. Okay. Now next, second is rule is when the integers are having opposite sign, means one is positive and one is negative. That time, how will you add? Okay, let us take example. If we take same example, here minus 3 plus 5. So here you can see minus 3 is having minus sign and here 5 is having plus sign. So they are having opposite signs. That time how we have to add? We have to use the integer rule that when you add any two integers plus plus, we have to add here plus plus plus. Then when two both are minus, minus minus plus. When both are negative also we have to add. Minus plus minus means one is negative, one is positive, we have to subtract. One positive here first, it can be vice versa. One is plus minus minus. So we have to remember this rule. When the integers are having both plus plus, we have to add. Minus minus also, we have to add. Here minus plus minus plus minus minus. So here you can see one is having minus sign, one is having plus. So minus plus, that is minus, means we have to subtract. So when we will subtract this, 5 minus 3 is 2. After subtraction, important is how to put the sign. When here both are having same sign, so we have to put the common sign. But here one is having negative, one is having positive. That time we have to put the greater number sign in the result. Okay, so here 5 is the greater number. After subtracting, we have to put the greater number sign. So 5 is having plus sign. So this result will be plus. If in case, if it is plus 3 and minus 5, if the signs are different, greater number is having minus sign and smaller number is having plus sign. That time also you have to subtract only. That means plus minus minus means we have to subtract the integers. So 5 minus 3 is 2. But while putting sign, we have to see that the greater number sign is which. Here we are having minus sign for greater number. So we have to put minus. Okay, so these are the rules of adding the integers. Okay, so there are some properties. We see some properties of adding integers. First is closure property. Closure property means the sum of any two integers is integers only. Any, let it be positive integers or negative integers. If you add any two integers, we will get the result as integer only. That means 2 plus 3 is 5 or 3 plus minus 1, that is 2. So both are integers only. If 3 is having a minus 3 is there, we have plus 1 is there, then also we are getting integer only. So the closure property of addition is when the sum of any two integers is an integer only. Okay. Second is commutative property. Now commutative property means here if there are two integers, if you add any two integers, if you change its order, means a plus b or b plus a, if you change its order, the result, the sum will be same. So the same property for the natural numbers also is used. So here for integers also we are having the same property, that is commutative property, when that is the ordering property. Commutative property when you add any two integers and if you change its order, you will get the sum equal. For example, if you take 3 plus 5 or 5 plus 3. If you add any positive integers, 3 plus 5 or 5 plus 3, we are getting 8 only, same. If you take negative also, we will get the same answer. So this is commutative property. So addition of integers, it has commutative property. Okay. That means addition is commutative in integers. Next is associative property. Associative means we can say grouping property also. Means if any three integers are there, if A, B, C are any three integers, if you group any two integers, we will get the answer or the result same. For example, 2 plus 3 plus 5. 2 plus 3 if you group or 3 plus 5 if you group, we will get same result. That means 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 5, that is 10, and 8, that is 10. So that means the addition, the integers is associative. Okay, the integers, they are having associative property. When you group any two integers, if you group first two or if you group second two, we will get the result same. Next is existence of additive identity. Existence of additive identity means identity, and after that it is existence of additive inverse. So first we have to see existence of additive identity. So in simple way we can say, if any number, we know that any number, if it is added with 0, what we will get? So if a is any integer and that a is added with 0, what we will get? The answer as the same number. So similarly, if you add any integer, let it be positive or negative, that means minus a plus 0 is minus a only. Means if you add any integer with 0, we will get the answer, the result as same number. That means the 0 is the additive identity of for integers. In simple words, any integer, if it is added with 0, we will get the answer as the same integer. Okay? Or you can say in other words, 0 is the additive identity for integers. Okay? Now next, last property is existence of additive inverse. That means if a is any integer and if we add the inverse, the integer, the same integer having the opposite sign, we will get the answer 0. In simple words, the same number having one positive and one negative sign, 6 minus, what will be the answer? 6 minus 6 with the same number, same integer having different sign. If you add, we will get the answer 0 only. So here 6, the minus 6 is the additive inverse, opposite, inverse of 6. This is the existence of additive inverse, means the property of addition, that the additive inverse of any integer is the integer having the same integer having the opposite sign. So in simple word we can say, if you add any two integers having opposite sign, we will get the answer 0. Or the additive inverse of that integer will be the same integer having opposite sign. So, for example, if you then say, what is the additive inverse of these numbers? Additive inverse of 5 is minus 5. Additive inverse of 6 is minus 6. Additive inverse of 10 is minus 10. Additive inverse of minus 10 is 10. Additive inverse of minus 16 is 16. It's opposite. That will be the additive inverse. Okay, so these are the properties of integers by using which we can easily solve the examples. Okay, so in next class we'll see about subtraction, then multiplication and division of for integers. Thank you.